Hello, my modern and unstoppable seniors. I hope you're feeling great today and ready to dive into something that can truly transform how you approach life after 70. Let's be real for a moment. Growing older isn't always easy. Our bodies change in ways that we might not always expect, and sometimes those changes can feel a bit overwhelming. But here's the thing. Aging doesn't have to mean slowing down or accepting a decline in our health. Not if we're proactive. It's about taking control, making informed choices, and breaking free from harmful habits that might have crept into your daily life without you even realizing. That's why today I'm going to walk you through 7 harmful habits that many people develop after 70. These habits could be impacting your health, your energy, and your quality of life in ways that you might not be aware of. And don't worry, I'm not just going to tell you what these habits are. I'm going to give you practical, actionable solutions to stop them and help you thrive in your golden years. Now, I know that some of these habits may feel familiar, and that's okay. We all slip into patterns, but the good news is that change is possible. Once you recognize these habits, you can start making small adjustments that add up to huge improvements in your health, your mindset, and even your relationships. Let's start with the first harmful habit that I want to discuss. 1. Ignoring strength and balance. Exercises. One of the most common mistakes seniors make is assuming that exercise becomes less important as we age. If anything, it's more important. After the age of 70, our muscle mass starts to naturally decrease, a condition called sarcopenia. This process doesn't just affect our strength, but also our balance, coordination, and mobility. But here's the good news. This decline can be slowed down or even reversed through regular strength training and balance exercises. Think about it this way. Strength and balance exercises don't just help you lift groceries or climb stairs. They also keep you independent. They prevent falls, which is one of the leading causes of injury in older adults. Imagine being able to bend down to pick up something off the floor without the fear of losing your balance. It's that simple. Strengthening those muscles also protects your bones and joints, which makes your body less prone to fractures. So how do you get started? First of all, don't think you need to go to the gym or lift heavy weights right away. Simple exercises, such as chair squats, wall push-ups, or even standing on one leg for a few seconds at a time, can make a significant difference. Here's a quick example from my friend Emma, who's in her mid-70s. Emma was feeling weaker and had fallen a few times in the past, but after incorporating just 15 minutes of strength exercises, like leg lifts and squats, 3 times a week, she noticed a huge difference. Not only was she able to walk more confidently, but she also felt more energetic throughout the day. Pro tip: start small. You don't have to overdo it at first. Just 10-15 minutes a few times a week can make a big impact. And don't forget to check with your doctor before starting any new exercise routine to ensure it's right for you. All right, now let's move on to the next one. 2. Neglecting hydration. This one might surprise you, but it's a big issue for many seniors, not drinking enough water. As we age, our sense of thirst naturally diminishes, and we may not even realize when we're getting dehydrated. This can lead to all sorts of problems, ranging from dizziness and fatigue to more serious issues like kidney problems or even confusion. Think about it. When you're properly hydrated, your body works better overall. Hydration helps keep your skin looking fresh, your digestive system functioning smoothly, and your energy levels high. But when you're dehydrated, it can leave you feeling sluggish, tired, and more vulnerable to illness. In fact, studies have shown that seniors are at a higher risk for dehydration because the body's ability to conserve water declines with age. And that's not all. Dehydration can lead to urinary tract infections, UTIs, which are unfortunately common for older adults. So how much water do you really need? The standard advice is to drink 8 cups a day, but it varies depending on your health, activity level, and environment. One easy way to stay on track is to keep a water bottle nearby and sip throughout the day. Let's look at an example. My friend George, who's 72, was always tired and his energy was low. He never drank enough water during the day, often reaching for sugary drinks instead. But once he started carrying around a water bottle and drinking small sips regularly, his energy levels spiked and he felt more clear-headed. Hydration is one of those small but mighty habits that makes a massive difference. Pro tip: try to start each morning with a glass of water to kickstart your day, and make sure to sip regularly throughout. Your body will thank you for it. Alright, we've covered 2 big ones so far: strength exercises and hydration. Let's move on to a third. 3. Skipping social interaction. It's natural to slow down and become more introverted as we age, especially if our circle of friends starts to shrink. But social isolation is a serious problem for seniors. Research has shown that being socially isolated can lead to a higher risk of depression, cognitive decline, and even heart disease. In fact, some studies have shown that loneliness can be as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. But why does this happen? Well, human connection is a vital part of staying mentally healthy. When we spend time with others, it can stimulate our brains, improve our mood, and even help us live longer. We all need a sense of community, whether it's friends, family, or social groups. So how can you stay socially engaged? It doesn't have to be anything big. Simple activities like having coffee with a friend, joining a local group, or even making phone calls to loved ones can make a world of difference. Take my friend Helen, for instance. After her husband passed away, Helen began to feel isolated and lonely. She made a conscious decision to start attending a weekly knitting group at her community center. Now she's formed a close-knit group of friends and looks forward to their meetups. She says it's not just the knitting she loves, but the laughter and connection that make her feel alive. Pro tip: if in-person meetings aren't an option, consider online groups or video calls to stay connected with people you care about. It's a small effort with a huge payoff. Now that we've covered exercise, hydration, and social interaction, let's dive into some other important habits that can subtly sabotage your well-being without you even realizing it. These habits often creep in over time, but don't worry. I'm here to help you recognize them and make the changes that will benefit you in the long run. Ready? Let's keep going. Over-reliance on prescription medications. As we get older, we often end up with a collection of prescription medications. Whether it's for high blood pressure, cholesterol, or joint pain, it's easy to think that medication is the answer to everything. And while medication is necessary for many conditions, over-reliance on it can sometimes lead to more harm than good. Here's why. Over time, you might become dependent on medications, rather than addressing the root cause of your symptoms. For example, while painkillers can relieve discomfort temporarily, they don't fix the underlying issues like muscle weakness or inflammation. Additionally, many medications come with side effects, some of which can cause confusion, dizziness, or even affect your memory. And if you're taking multiple medications, it's easy for drug interactions to occur, leading to unwanted side effects or reduced effectiveness of your treatment. The key is balance. Medication should be part of a holistic approach to health, not the only solution. Here's how you can take control. Regular checkups with your doctor. It's essential to review your medications with your healthcare provider regularly. Maybe there's an opportunity to reduce or switch a medication. Natural alternatives. If appropriate, ask your doctor about natural remedies that can complement your medications or reduce your reliance on them. Simple lifestyle changes like a healthier diet, exercise, or stress management might be enough to help you reduce medication needs. For example, my friend John, in his early 80s, had been on medication for high blood pressure for years, but after he made a few lifestyle changes, like improving his diet, exercising more, and learning to manage his stress, his blood pressure improved enough to reduce his medication dosage with his doctor's approval. He felt better overall and wasn't so dependent on pills. Pro tip: always communicate openly with your doctor about your concerns and medication use. Work together to find the right balance. Not prioritizing mental health. Mental health is just as important as physical health, and sometimes it's easy to forget that. After 70, many seniors start to believe that mental decline is inevitable, but that's far from the truth. In fact, neglecting your mental health can lead to cognitive decline, depression, and even anxiety. One of the most harmful things we can do is assume that getting older means losing mental sharpness. But there's a lot you can do to keep your brain healthy as you age. Cognitive exercises, social interactions, and stress management are just a few examples. Here are some tips. Brain exercises. Engaging in mentally stimulating activities like puzzles, reading, or even learning a new hobby keeps your brain active. Just like muscles, your brain needs exercise to stay strong. Mindfulness and meditation. Taking a few minutes a day to practice mindfulness or meditate can significantly reduce stress, increase focus, and improve your emotional well-being. Journaling. Writing down your thoughts, memories, or goals can be therapeutic and help with mental clarity. Let's take the example of Sarah, 76, who had begun feeling overwhelmed and lonely after the passing of her husband. She started incorporating daily walks in nature and journaling about her emotions. Over time, she noticed her mood improve and her mind felt sharper. The simple act of expressing herself and spending time outside made a significant difference. Pro tip: spend a few minutes each day doing something that stimulates your brain, whether it's reading a book, doing puzzles, or learning a new skill. This keeps your mind sharp and active. 6. Poor diet choices. We've all heard the saying, "You are what you eat," and there's a lot of truth to it, especially as we get older. Poor diet choices, such as eating processed foods, too much sugar, or not enough fruits and vegetables, can wreak havoc on your health. In fact, a poor diet can contribute to a range of chronic diseases, including heart disease, diabetes, and high cholesterol. As we age, our metabolism slows down, and our bodies need fewer calories. However, we still need to get the right nutrients, vitamins, minerals, and protein to keep us strong, healthy, and energized. If you're eating foods that are high in fats, sugar, and salt, you could be setting yourself up for more health issues down the road. Let's make it simple. Focus on eating more whole foods like fruits, vegetables, lean protein, and whole grains. These foods give your body the nutrients it needs without the excess calories or unhealthy fats. Additionally, drinking plenty of water helps your body process food properly, especially as we get older. Consider the example of Richard, 72, who used to have a fast food lunch every day. After switching to healthier meals, like salads, grilled chicken, and a mix of veggies, he found that his energy levels increased, and his doctor noticed improvements in his cholesterol. His doctor even told him he was on track to avoid diabetes, which ran in his family. Pro tip: make a goal to add one more vegetable or fruit to your meals each day. Small, consistent changes can add up to big improvements in your health. Letting sleep problems slide. Getting enough quality sleep is often overlooked by many seniors, but it's crucial for good health. Sleep deprivation can lead to cognitive decline, irritability, and even depression. Plus, poor sleep can weaken your immune system and increase your risk of chronic conditions like heart disease or high blood pressure. As we age, sleep patterns change, and it can become harder to get deep, restful sleep. But that doesn't mean you have to accept poor sleep as a normal part of aging. Here's what you can do to improve your sleep. Establish a sleep routine. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day helps regulate your body's internal clock. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Engage in calming activities like reading, gentle stretches, or meditation before bed to signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Optimize your sleep environment. Keep your bedroom dark, quiet, and cool to promote better sleep quality. Consider using blackout curtains or a white noise machine if needed. Take, for instance, Betty, who struggled with sleep for years. After talking to her doctor, she learned about some simple tricks, like limiting caffeine intake after 2 p.m. and creating a relaxing bedtime ritual. Within weeks, Betty felt more rested, less anxious, and had more energy throughout the day. Pro tip: try not to use screens, like phones or TV, right before bed. The blue light can interfere with your sleep cycle and make it harder to fall asleep. So there you have it, 7 harmful habits that could be affecting your health after 70. Whether it's relying too heavily on medication, neglecting your mental health, eating poorly, or not prioritizing sleep, these habits can all be turned around with the right approach. The key is to be proactive, make small changes, and stay committed to improving your health and quality of life. Remember, it's never too late to make positive changes, and you deserve to live your life to the fullest. Don't let these harmful habits control your future. Take charge and start today. We've covered a lot today, and I hope you're feeling inspired to make positive changes in your life. Remember, it's never too late to start taking care of yourself, and every small step you take now can lead to a healthier, happier future. If you found this video helpful and you're ready to keep improving your well-being, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content on wellness, tips for seniors, and more. Sharing is caring. If you know someone who would benefit from this video, make sure to share it with them. It could be the motivation they need to make positive changes too. Thanks for watching and take care of yourselves. Until next time, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep thriving.